Hello everybody, General Boom Doom here, and I left the game on exactly where we left off in the conversation. So, without ado, let's finish this bloody DLC. Hopefully internet stays consistent and I will have no issues. Hooray! You can almost tell how excited I am. Hey Ben, welcome. Good afternoon, man.
In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
Same old, same old. Just literally got up, and I mean literally. My head feels like somebody took a sledgehammer to it. Okay, so here's your thing. I see your point. What can I do to make this a fair compromise?
If you want me back, we need to establish some ground rules. First, showers! Second, regular checkups. Regular, mind you, and from a reputable doctor. Third, you need to listen to me more than your hormonal choir and genitalian orchestra. Promise me that, and you've got a deal.
Yeah. Hey, Archangelo. And alright, Ben. What you having for lunch then? You got a deal, buddy. No problem with that.
Really? I didn't expect you to actually agree to that. I'm afraid that was a bit of a bluff, really. I'm not going with you.
Uh-huh. So what? You'd rather just stay here? Never leaving that tank of whatever that stuff is?
Well, certainly there might be some things I miss about being ambulatory. We have seen some incredible sights, haven't we? But still, given the tremendous, potentially life-ending peril that went along with those, yes, I'd rather stay here.
Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
So, we're at an impasse. You can't feel what I feel, and I can't think the way you think. Alright, Ben. Don't work too hard, it's bad for your health.
Indeed, quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
Well, I kind of think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we aren't complete if we're separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
So what do you say, Brain? Join me for some more wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Well, then let's go make them share. Come on, Brain. It's stomping time.
Oh, lovely. We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program. Tell me, what exactly are you, and I use the word loosely, planning?
Really? Really? You know what? I want to hear his sarcastic answer anyways.
I hate to say it, but your ability to handle high-tech energy weapons does...
Yeah, I guess not. I've never been good with the laser. So what's it going to take to convince you?
I'd like to find a nice little place to live, maybe in Good Springs, and settle down where we won't get shot at. Not as often, at any rate. But since that doesn't seem likely, what's your plan?
Huh. If the think tank won't help me, to bargain, we'll make them. Maybe. Hey, Bogdan! Delegaff, welcome to the stream! Let's see, what do I want? I really don't want the brain staying here. I don't want to go past those scorpions again. I still gotta leave this place.
Right! Look out, think tank! This brain is coming out of its jar!
Oh
I suppose
my.
now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Clyde will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Well then. Hey, Otar, welcome! So I was a little short on speech. And now we have to do the real fun part, everybody. We have to escape this room alive. Oh, goody. I'm sure this is just going to be a delightful menagerie. Just trying to think. There's literally about five robo-scorpions standing out that door. 5. How am I gonna make it past them alive? I get shot 3 times with the laser, I'm dead. I don't need the radiation suit. I said I don't need it. Don't give me that. And the game crashed. Whew. Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? Is everything all right? And what do you mean, there's not? What did I say? Ah! But yeah, Bogdan, I'm just in just a little bit of pain, that's all. I'm fine, though. Absolutely fine. Oh, you're saying there might not be scorpions? If there's not any scorpions, I'll be a happy ducky. No, there's not. I still know I'm missing that explosive place. But I'll have to do without. By the way, thank you everybody for coming. I do appreciate it.
You require some additional services?
Absolutely. Install implants. You are high with those prices. Just saying. They're only somewhat confused by you. Okay. Healing items are a little bit better. Yeah. I'm half okay, distant. Okay. So, torso can be crippled, but strength and damage threshold has been doubled. Okay, I like that perk. Good. Now I'm at max 10 strength, 8 endurance, 5 charisma. I've almost got a near perfect character. Just not feeling right, distant, that's all. That's the best way to put it. You need to be repaired. How much are you worth? 7,000 caps apiece? DPS 148, DPS 163. Alright, everything sounds fine. I probably won't be doing combat, so keeping his suit will probably be best. Hey Cameron, welcome. Alright everybody, hope you're ready for the finale. I had mentats on, of course. Okay, now for this, I need to take every single thing I can. Boxing times, fixing things, future weapons, lad's life, locksmith, meeting people, programmer's digest, today's position, and of course, mentats. Speaking of distance, so how'd your Twitter stream go? Well, I hope. I said Twitter. I meant Twitch. Don't know why I got the two mixed up.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
I actually found my brain. Now you and I are going to settle things.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again.
Yeah. I'm not handing my brain over. There's some things we should discuss.
And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments.
Morrison, that is just a bad run of luck. You sure you broke it? Nothing much, Saboodle. You didn't miss much. So, you think I am the lobotomite? No. For my skull houses the brain of Mobius.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. There's no way Mobius would condescend to step inside you. Besides, there's no way such a thing could be accomplished. It's impossible.
Nothing is impossible for science.
You speak the truth. And the decibel variation in your voice, it is Mobius. How dare you breach the think tank? And what do you want here?
I offer a deal. Stay here, stay put, and I'll let you live.
That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm.
I will permit you to do this for me.
Partner with you? My foe? My rival? My foremost critic? I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service as long as you do not destroy us.
And there we are, everybody. The think tank is done. Gonna go ahead and put a few more points in energy weapons. Now, you said I had a constant source of caps?
Thank you for what you have done. The helping, that is. We like that. I feel an odd emotion. Platitude? Attitude? No, wait. Gratitude. That's it.
Yep, Supreme, we just now finished the DLC. I wouldn't say you missed it. We'll be coming back here quite often.
I don't understand how you can stand those leg things.
Well, I can stand them just fine. They let me walk. But that's just me.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except, he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind-eyed old Jefferson eventually discovered a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre.
Yep. That's what I was getting for, was a raffle. Figured you guys could have something to hope for while these credits roll.
In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ, and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland.
What do you mean, no sound?
Old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries, to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The Sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
You lost the brainless perk, but you gained the big brain perk. Okay, has improved by 10%. Head still cannot be crippled, but only 10% more resistant to addiction. I still like the extra damage threshold. Alrighty, everybody. We have done almost everything in the big crater. Last thing will be to go ahead and collect all the books. But even with those, the DLC is called Old World Blues. That's what it's called. Alright, but I get it. Stop you singing.
I'm so good, I might seed you just by looking at you.
Yeah, how about no? Alrighty, everybody. Where is it? The Big Mountain Transponder. It's time to leave the Big Empty. Maybe one of these days. Maybe. Alright, back to my handy dandy shotgun. Now I believe... Yep, we are on a trip to Novak. Let's head to Novak, shall we, everybody? Oh, what now? There can't be much. A little bark scorpion. That's from over here. No. No. Give me one moment, guys. Yes, I got my spine, I got my heart. Need to hit the heavier stuff today. One down. Man, I love shotguns. Shotguns are wonderful weapons. No. Sorry, Sabuto, I was just talking to myself. My side's acting up right now. AKA the kidney stone is trying to travel and it is hurting. I took a regular dose of the low stuff when it comes to medication, and it's not really doing much for me. I still gotta take my vinegar. Blech. And if I remember right, there's a frag mine right under that thing. Let's see if my old years of playing this have caught up with me. Yes, there is. I do appreciate that. And if I go up here to the top right... Ooh! Star bottle cap. Empty sarsaparilla, toasters. Actually, some pretty good loot in this truck. There's more frag mines under there.
You like that?
Done deal. I'll take the coffee mugs and the Psycho. I used to take ADHD medication, but that was a long time ago. Stop shooting at me, buddy. You're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it. Alright, you're gonna regret it. Did I not tell him he was gonna regret it? Karma. Ain't that a kick in the head? Anti-venom weighs nothing, so I'll pick it up. I don't really care for ant meat, though. Oh, is it on red again? How big is the map? The map in Old World Blues is huge! Hey, Ratty, I was thinking about just ending it. I can't seem to get my my internet to work right. It's not letting me stream. We just went ahead and finished Old World Blues. Just do it. Alright, guys. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll end it. We'll test again later. Hopefully the internet doesn't screw us over. I don't get it.